hear myself just fine. Okay, starting in the right position, it's Alpha Wicked. Starting on the left, it's Albionic. Starting race is Nature for both, and already we have a build order difference. As you can see, Alpha Wicked decided to go for the ENT Ranger, which is slightly better on 10, because you can upgrade your Ranger to Melee, which is used to defeat 10 a lot more easier. While Obionic has gone for Sprite, which is a lot better early game. And that, in my opinion, gives you a little bit more options for early game eco, I guess is how you would say it. So, anyways, not too much of a difference right here. Obionic choosing to go for a Reen for wave 2, while interesting, Alpha Wicked decided to save his gas. So, as you know, income is calculated at the end of each wave, so if Alpha wanted the extra 2 minerals he would have gotten, then he would have sent at the end of wave 1. But instead he's chosen to hold on to his gas, which looks like he'll be sending on wave 3, maybe 4, for a Zealot, trying to make Obionic leak early and give him an early lead. But will Obionic fall for it? That is the question. That is the question. Can he gas count is basically what it comes down to. Alpha, yep. There, no, not a Zealot, interesting. Going for the, I guess the more eco bomb on 3, which I'm not sure. I mean, in my opinion, if you're gonna send everything on, if you're gonna delay your income on waves 1 and 2, I mean, you might as well go all out, right? Just go Zealotling. But it's chosen to go for Roachling and doesn't get the second ling off, I mean. Obionic will have no trouble holding this at all. So he'll be slightly ahead in terms of minerals from income, and Alpha Wicked going for the early melee. Interesting. His econ will be slightly delayed compared to if you were to build buffer units and whatnot, but he will be fairly safe. On 4, 5, and starting from 6, he'll be risky, but he'll be better on 7, weak on 8, weak on 9, and 10 will be a bit stronger. Obionic, though, wow, this is interesting. Early Thunderbird. So Thunderbird is a DPS tank, but in my opinion, it's nowhere near as good as a Pyro or pretty much any other DPS tank that I can think of. But hey, they'll be safe. They'll be safe. Just not on 6, 8, 10. But hey, you'll be safe early game. 2 non-gas bombs. So Alpha Wicked going up to 3 Harvesters. Obionic also at 3. Income shows 6 for Alpha, 4 for Obionic. Gas counts. Obionic has like a 10, no, 13 gas lead, which is insignificant. Gas income rate, 45-45. Obionic, 284. Army supply, Alpha at 302. So Alpha's playing a little bit safe if you look at just the army value. But still too early to say. Alpha's playing eco, sending every round it looks like. While Obionic saving a little bit of gas actually, 67. So with the gas cap at 105, I'd say he probably wants to go for a 7 or 8, probably 8, gas bombing. If he goes for 8, you probably want an Immortal or Mass Slings. Those are the common gas sends on wave 8. And, well, I guess we'll just have to see though. So Obionic sticking the Thunderbird, not building any more units because he is not afraid of a medic send from Alpha, because I'm guessing he knows how to gas count, basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, he's over the gas cap by about 10, so he'll Supply trick now. No supply trick. Interesting. So he really wants to go for 7, a Goliath. So let's see how that'll do for. Let's see how that'll do against Alpha. Alpha's melee will be very strong on this wave, and oh, okay, Magnetic Resonator. And Magnetic Resonator gives shields to all your units, and can be a pretty decent tank early game. So Alpha is anticipating this gas bomb and is more than prepared. Yeah, it looks like he'll have no trouble fending off this Goliath. Let's see. Guardian hasn't fallen yet. Nope, not yet, not yet, not yet. Now it falls, and now going on to the back res. Nope, hasn't fallen. And gas bomb has been stopped. So let's look at income. Alpha's at 12, Obiang's at 8. Gas income 83, so no difference. And Alpha has, sorry, the colors are a little too similar. Still is behind in gas. Okay. So Obionic can potentially bomb him on 9 for a weak gas bomb, or go for the stronger 10 gas bomb. It'll be up to his choice, and we'll have to see. Obionic sees nothing. Alpha, of course, sees nothing. They're both on 4 workers for speed. And will Alpha send here or gas cap trick? We'll have to see. Nope, he sends. And looks like Obionic sends 2, Rodder, and versus Goliath lane. Okay, so normally you wouldn't send a Rodder on 9 because it's not as strong as sending a Goliath, which is also 120, but also gives an attack bonus aura. But if you do make your opponent weak with a Rodder, the Rodder moves much more slowly than the other waves, so you get a lot more gas time for 10 gas bomb or 11 gas bomb. We'll have to see who leaks. Obionic leak or Alpha leak. Alpha has 571 arm supply, and he looks okay. Obionic, oh, the Thunderbird falls. Nope, it's not gonna fall. Okay, and Alpha is also fine. Okay, so now they're free to drone up. Alpha going up to 571 value. Obionic also with 5. He's gonna have to make something more if he wants to pull 10. Yep. Okay. So he is going. Basically, his tanking looks a little bit, slightly reminiscent of Aqua Wing in the terms of magnet res with tier 1, tier 2, tier 1, tier 2 tanks, which are quite weak, but with the extra shields, they're okay early game. Alpha 601 value, he's going to kill his boss easy. Obionic, of course, will kill it easy too with the Obliterator, Brave debuff from both, as long with DPS. Obionic going up to 6. Alpha's choosing to stay on 5. Okay, so he's definitely going for the Aqua Wing style with all these tier 1, tier 2 tanks, all these tier 1 tanks upgraded tier 1 as well, and it all hinges on this Magnetic Resonator. That's the basis of the strat, but he is definitely sacrificing eco, and looks like it paid off because Obionic sending an Immortal Goliath send to Alpha. Will it work? Probably not. Alpha's pretty well prepared for this. Obionic 2 holds, but I don't think Alpha sent him anything significant, so he's fine. Let's look at gas income. 8 first speed, 6 second speed, which is not efficient. You'd rather go up to 8, 7, or 9 workers. 7 workers with first speed is the first time it's efficient. But that's fine. As you can see in the income count, 125 to 167. Obionic head in that lead. Going for the Android, which is a good tank, but you need DPS behind it in order to make it effective. If too much tanking, you'll still leak the wave. Let's see. Okay, Alpha Wicked looks like he's going for the first significant gas bomb. Going up to 329. Okay, Broachling. So once Obionic sees the Roachling, he for sure is going to know that Alpha's going to bomb him on 14. That is the first thing you think of. Like, oh, my opponent's over the gas cap, so which means he's going to send big the next wave, but depending on his income will determine how big the the bomb is. So 7 workers, no speed, maybe a Broodlord and maybe an Aura, or maybe a DT, 2 Auras. That would be common sense in my opinion. Obionic going to 9, 120, 819 army value, so yeah, he's gonna have a little bit of a hard time. He's also sending this mothership, which by itself is not so great. When you want a bomb, you usually want at least 400 gas to send, especially on 14. But if your opponent skimps on defense, it can work. Going for the Warden for TA6 tank. We'll see if it pans out. Alpha Wicked going for the Pulverizers. Let's see who has better army composition for this wave. Let's see. Oh, they're both going for Mothership. Interesting. I'll have to ask them about that later. Gas bombing choices. Looks like Obionic holds no problem. I mean, Alpha holds no problem. Obionic will definitely leak. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the Goliath Mothership. So they both sent the same thing. Apparently, they're using some meta that I'm not aware of. Let's look at Alpha Wicked's view. It's also just looking at Obionic's leaks. So let's check, see if Obionic can hold 73 to 83 damage on his SS, which is 1 RRR and 1 subcannons, 1 RRV as well. So if he survives, Alpha is free to drone up as he wants, and Obionic will survive for sure, definitely. But it costs him a lot of gas to do so. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 orbs just to survive with 14. So pretty costly. Obionic's gonna have to either rely on cost effectiveness of his army, or he's gonna have to counter gas bomb at a time when Alpha is weak, but he doesn't even have a second speed, so that's gonna be a little bit difficult. Alpha Wicked going up to 1259 for 15. I guess he really doesn't want to leak, and which is not a bad play, but I would have liked to see maybe a bit more greed on the eco, but of course I'm an observer, I can see everything. When you're playing, it's a little bit different. You're a little bit more indecisive of when they're going to gas bomb. Let's see. Alpha 242 gas per minute. Obionic catching up in the gas count. Interesting. So by catching up, he's hoping that Alpha Wicked does not bomb him on wave 16. If he gets bombed on wave 16, his army composition has to be able to hold it off, or he leaks skin, and that'll put him even further behind. But right now, he's about caught up. And Alpha Wicked playing very, very safe. He is really, really afraid of gas bomb that is not coming, which is a little sad because that's how you can lose your advantage in a game. But at the same time, it's all kind of dependent on your knowledge of orbing, because he basically didn't know that Obionic orbed 4 times, he didn't have enough gas to bomb anytime soon, which is what put Alpha Wicked back in the game. Along with, well, I guess Warden's pretty good, and Thunderbird and Mercurial are really good on 15, and they can kind of pass on 16. So Obionic going for the Aura spam, Alpha Wicked choosing to bomb on 18, but can he survive the bomb on 17? We will have to see. Alpha Wicked's point of view. Yeah. Oh, okay, definitely with this Prismatic Resonator. These Pulverizers last so much longer, along with the Pyro, so he holds this off no problem. And he will not bomb, I guess. Interesting. No, choosing to orb instead. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. 8. 8 orbs. Wow. he was either afraid of leaking or he really wants to hit a 20 gas bomb timing, which is a very easy wave to leak. You mask lanes, roaches, brood lords, or Glythe. And if you leak 20, it's very easy to die if your SS isn't upgraded far enough. So Awful Wicked at 11, 296, Obionic at almost 11, 269. He'll be caught up in Econ pretty soon. Let's look at their income. 76 versus 90, so Awful's head in that regard. And he's also ahead in army supplies, so if Obionic has to make something happen right now, because Alpha's going to bomb him on 20, and if Obionic leaks that, no, if he leaks that, he's obviously behind, but if he holds that, then I think he'll be ahead. But so if held 20 with a lower army value, then he doesn't need an extra army value for 21 and 22 as much. Like normally when you overbuild for 20, you don't have to, you can eco freely on 21 and 22 because your army, you don't need as much of a higher army value for those waves since you saved up for 20. That's usually how it works. So let's look at their army composition. Well, yeah, mass pulverizers OP. Combine the prismatic resonator, pyros, which is a good TBS tank, slow obliterator. It's got Smelia, which isn't as useful, but soul villains, which is good for the boss, and dark mages. Yeah. So I noticed this when I looked at Alpha's games in the semifinals. He's got a pretty decent grasp on unit composition, but we'll have to see if he can survive with this Thor. No, Shadow Racial. Yeah, of course he survives. Obionic survive. Yep, Shadow Racial OP. So Alpha survives with less than 2,000 army value, which is pretty good. But he is still... Oh, whoops, sorry, my bad. He is still only at 12 workers, but he did get 1/3 speed, so... He's okay. He's doing alright. His army composition is pretty decent, at least for the mid-game. Obionic getting his 3rd speed up now too. No one's going to send on 21 since just bombed last game. And if they go by the standard meta, they're both going to bomb on 24. And usually someone loses on 24 just because broodling stacking basically can rip through all your tanks, and you have to have enough high fire and DPS in the back usually to hold massive broodlords on 24. Or at least that's how I try to hold it off. So they're both just gonna drone up and prepare for 24, I guess. At the moment, Alpha Wiki looks like he's gonna have a pretty strong bomb on 24, already at 18 workers with 3rd speed, which considering the slow econ game is decent compared to Obionic's 14. Obionic only has 800 gas. He's not gonna have a strong bomb on 24, but that doesn't matter because Alpha's bombing on 23. 23 is also a pretty good wave to bomb on. Usually catches your opponent off guard. They're still echoing, thinking that you're gonna bomb on 24, but I think 23 got like a 200 HP increase, so it's fine. I mean, it's better than it was before. And let's see if Obionic can hold it off. The Warden's gonna help, but I'm not sure if he has enough DPS. Yeah, it's massive armor, so I guess it'll be better for his magic damage, but we'll have to see. Elite Warden pushing. Broodlord attacking. Elite Warden's still alive. Interesting. Oh, no. This round, no. Oh, no. Obionic, man. He already committed 3 Broodlords to bombing. Hopefully he has enough gas left in order to up his SS. We'll have to see. Nope. He calls GG. Alpha Wicca says GG in return. Looks like his SS is going down. Targets Broodlord, which is what you want to target first, but nope. Alpha Wicca takes first game.